going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm sharing with you my most anticipated movie from every month in 2025. January to December, 12 movies we're talking about, the movies I'm most excited for in each month. This list will probably end up changing towards the end of the year, obviously, as more movies get announced. My goal with this video is to have, obviously, some mainstream movies, yes, but also have a couple movies that you might not even know are coming out. We're going to talk about them all. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let me know your most anticipated movie from every month down below in the comment section. Hit the like button, subscribe button, notification bell. Let's hop into this with January. January is always a little bit of a drier month, but you can expect some horror movies in there. And for this month of horror movies, we got to go with Leigh Whannell's Wolfman. I like werewolf movies. I like these kind of horror movies. I like a monster horror movie, and I love Leigh Whannell. I think his last two movies in The Invisible Man and Upgrade are fantastic movies, so I'm hoping he can really continue the streak with this one. I've pretty much stayed away with most of the marketing. I know who's in this movie. I've seen like maybe little TV clips here and there, but for the most part, I'm going to be going in very blind, and I'm looking forward to that. Hope has some scares. Comes out at the time of filming this video, just in a couple of days, so I'm really looking forward to checking this one out and seeing if Leigh Whannell can go 3 for 3, because I love what this guy's doing right now. Moving on to February, there's an MCU movie coming out this month, and of course, it's Captain America Brave New World. February is one of those months as well. You can have a couple romantic comedies in there, a couple horror movies in there. In this case, we just have a huge blockbuster. So, I have Captain America Brave New World. I'm peculiar on this one. I'm not going to say I'm through the roof excited for it. Nonetheless, it is an MCU movie, so I will be there night one, like I always am. I'm interested to see how this one plays out. I've heard so much bad things behind the scenes, from reshoots to recastings and so many other dramas kind of playing with this movie, so it's kind of set up to be a failure. So if I go in expecting not a good movie, maybe I'll be surprised. Maybe I'll end up really enjoying it. So that's my method and philosophy going in to Captain America Brave New World. I really hope it's good. I really do. I hope we got some good action in there. Moving on to March. This is a Netflix original movie. Don't really know too much about it. It's from Noah Baumbach. I'm a big Noah Baumbach fan. And it's starring Adam Sandler and George Clooney. And I think Laura Dern as well is in there. As people fall in love as adults, Adam Sandler, George Clooney, Laura Dern. And it's like a coming-of-age story as well. I think Noah Baumbach just crafts these so well. I didn't see White Noise, but I really love Marriage Story. And the script for Barbie is pretty solid as well, so I'm interested to check this one out. It's coming to Netflix in March. Adam Sandler, George Clooney, one of those movies that you might not have heard of. You should probably check on your list because it sounds pretty interesting. Moving on to April. Ryan Coogler's back with Michael B. Jordan and Michael B. Jordan. It's Sinners, and it's like a strange darkness and evil. I have not watched any trailers for this movie. I just know it's starring Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler. I really like this duo teaming up, but apparently this is a vampire story. I'm glad we're coming back into monster movies like Wolfman. Now you have a vampire story. So werewolves and vampires are making a return in 2025. I'm going to continue to stay away from the marketing. Really hope it's a better vampire movie than Abigail last year. I was incredibly disappointed with that one. Really wanted to love it, and it ended up not. So I'm really hoping Sinners kind of wins me over. And Ryan Coogler, just one of the best working directors today. Anything he does, he's freaking fantastic. Moving on to May. Mission Impossible Final Reckoning. I'm so interested to see if this is going to be the final movie, because Dead Reckoning Part 1 set this movie up. It did like $500 million at the box office. I don't think nearly as much as they wanted to do. So they took away the Part 2 and they called it Final Reckoning. So this could be marketed for two reasons. One, that it is a final movie. Or two, they're trying to get more butts and seats to everyone thinking it's the final movie. Nonetheless, the trailers for this movie are just epic. They're going to be through the roof. The stunts are going to be insane. The story is going to be insane as well, because it is technically still a part 2. I'm really looking forward to the Final Reckoning. I liked Dead Reckoning Part 1. I did not love it. That was honestly a pretty big step down compared to Fallout, but nonetheless, this is one of the greatest franchises of all time. If it is a final movie, you know they're going to go out with a bang. Moving on to June. F1. Brad Pitt. I love him. One of my favorite working actors today. One of my favorite actors of all time. But you have Joseph Kosinski in here, the director of Top Gun Maverick. So you take what he can do with fighter jets in the sky in Top Gun Maverick, you bring that to an F1 story. And if you watch this trailer, it looks epic as all freaking hell. I cannot wait to sit my butt in the theater for this one, watch a racing movie from the director of Top Gun Maverick. It's going to be intense, it's going to be in your face, it's going to be immersive. Pause, my bad on that. But nonetheless, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a ton of fun. One of those big summer action blockbusters that you just love. July. Bunch of big movies coming out in July. But Superman, I am so excited for. I am so nervous for. And I want this movie to succeed so well. And I want this movie to be great so badly. Because I love James Gunn, and if this doesn't work, we're not getting another DC movie for God knows how long. So everyone go see Superman. I've talked about it enough on the channel. Don't need to hype on it anymore. It's one of my most anticipated movies of the year. My most anticipated comic movie of the year. I'm really, really looking forward to it. Fingers crossed it delivers, and I think it will. You better not kill crypto. I swear to God. I swear to God. Moving on to August, I have Freakier Friday. August is a little bit of a slower month, so I'm not necessarily looking forward to this movie, but of this month, this is the one movie that did catch my eye. Is this going to theaters? I think this should be a Disney Plus. People think this is going to be like a huge cash grab and think it's going to dominate the box office. It might because it's in August. I don't see this movie making all that much money. That being said, probably has a smaller budget, so if it does 150, 200 million, it's going to be very, very successful. I'm not necessarily excited for it. Are we going to switch bodies again? Whoa, craziness. Don't say we've done that before like 20 years ago. So, I don't know. I'm interested to see, so nostalgia's in there, I guess. So, moving on to September. This one, of all these movies, I am really just not looking forward to. But September, in my opinion, is always the worst month for movies. At least August kind of has a tail end summer movies. September's trash for movies every year. We have The Conjurings. As I heard, I just found out, it's called Last Rites. Conjuring Last Rites, with James Wan producing. I don't even think he is producing this one. I'm done with the Conjuring movies. I love the first one, my favorite horror movies of all time. I think the second one's one of the scariest movies of all time. Like some of the Annabelle movies, not a fan. I'm done. I'm done with the franchise. We're kind of milking it. They make a lot of money. They're horror movies. They have smaller budgets that make hundreds of millions. So they're going to keep making them. It's the last Conjuring movie. It's probably of all these ones. I'll probably skip this one. But for September, I'm not excited for any movie this month. Just, I guess, if I was going to watch a movie in September, it would be Conjuring, The Last Rites. Moving on to October, a movie I have not talked about on this channel because I totally spaced it's coming out this year. Antoine Fuqua's biopic for Michael Jackson titled Michael. Now, I have a couple of reservations for this one. They have a family member playing Michael, and apparently like he looks a lot like him, and he might even sound like him. Is this guy a good actor? That, my friends, is the million-dollar question. Nonetheless, I'm a sucker for biopics. I think Michael Jackson has one of the most crazy stories ever, one of the biggest entertainers of all time. And I think Antoine Fuqua can nail this. And I am looking forward to it. A couple questions going in. The downfall of Michael Jackson. Are they going to dive into that? Are they going to just kind of go on all the highs of his life? Which direction are we going? I know Michael Jackson's family is playing a big part in this, so I'm interested to see what the end product is going to be. Nonetheless, this is going to be a huge movie that might even make the billion-dollar club because of how popular Michael Jackson is. I'm not saying it will. I'm saying there's a possibility. Moving on to November. Wicked for Good. This is my most anticipated movie of the year because of how much I love the first Wicked. Went in the first Wicked thinking, I'm gonna enjoy it. My wife was really excited. I said, you know what? I'm hoping I like it. I hope I have some fun. Well, it was my second favorite movie of last year. I loved it that much. I loved the music. I loved the scope. I loved the direction. I loved the acting. I loved the performances. I loved every single thing about this movie. I loved. A couple songs in there, wasn't a fan of. But that's not the movie's fault. That's the musical's fault. Nonetheless, this movie was grand and epic, and the defying gravity scene at the end, to this day, if I think about it long enough, friends, it just gives me chills. And from everyone who's seen the musical, like on Broadway, which I have not, everyone says the second act is better. So if part 2 is better than part 1, it's going to be my favorite movie of the year. And I'm really, really, really looking forward to Wicked for Good. And finally, for December, Avatar Fire and Ash. Now, haven't got a trailer, haven't got any look at marketing. We don't need it. This movie's going to do over $1 billion, possibly $2 billion. You have Fire Na'vi in there. I'm sold. Enough said. Coming out around Christmas time, probably. It's going to rake it in at the box office, do $1 billion in 7 days like the last one did, the one before that did. I cannot wait for Avatar Fire and Ash. Top 5 most anticipated movies of the year for me. And that's going to do it. My most anticipated movies from every month in 2025. Let me know your most anticipated movies for 2025 from every month down below in the comments. Hit the like button, subscribe button, notification bell. Thank you guys for watching and for being here. And I'll see you in the next one.